Hey guys, welcome to the session, and I hope all of you guys are doing good. So, today the agenda is to talk about how we can use Tableau and do some data analysis using Tableau. So, are you guys able to hear me? All of you, first of all, please confirm. Are you guys able to hear me? Okay. So, basically, we will discuss here how we can use Tableau as a data visualization tool, and we'll create some visuals and try to understand how it can be used. So before we proceed, I'll introduce myself. I am Rahul Tiwari and have around 14 plus years of industry experience and work for various companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Tech Mahindra, Deloitte, some of the startups, and currently I have my own startup into consulting. So in this particular discussion, we are going to see the data set which we have on the coronavirus, and that lead to a lot of losses, and obviously was the tough time for all of us. And here we are going to see how we are recovering, how many losses we had, and how the vaccination doses are going on, how the things are going on, right? How the doses are going on, and doses and everything is going fine or not. Whether what all are my total number of cases, active cases, how many are discharged, what are the number of deaths we had, and finally what is the GDP loss. So this GDP loss is what basically for some of the states I found out, for some of the states I just mock up the data. These are the original numbers. Only GDP loss is bit of mocked up, and vaccination details, these are also the original numbers got from the government website. So we will use this data set. We'll try to understand how Tableau can help me to analyze it. Before we proceed, we also provide the master's degree on the data science and data analytics. And we go in this curriculum of masters, we go very much in detail and talk about each and every mathematical and statistical concept. So here is the form. If you guys are interested to know more about that, you can fill up the details so that we'll get back to you, because we are conducting one session soon, and we'll talk about that, how successful that programs are. So let's get started. So here is the Tableau which we are connecting to. Now Tableau, I'm assuming that you guys have a bit of idea about Tableau. It's a data visualization tool, and there are various softwares Tableau provides, and there are softwares which is helping me to create the reports, the softwares which is helping me to basically share the reports with the larger audiences. So in this particular discussion, we are going to take Tableau Professional Desktop Edition, which is gonna help us to create the visuals. And here, this is the professional software, which is the full stack software, which is giving me all the functionalities. For example, I want to connect to the Excel file, I want to connect to the databases, I want to integrate Tableau with the R programming, Python programming. It's like full stack features I have. And that is the best software in the market also, with Power BI. So these are the two softwares doing good job in the industry. I'm a big fan of Tableau. I use Tableau in almost many of the projects since almost I'm working on Tableau for last 7-8 years now, and it's a very nice software which we have, and very much demanding in the data science world as well. So let's connect to this data set which we have. The data set which we have is this Excel file, which consists of two sheets. Sheet number 1 and sheet number 2. Sheet number 1 consists of the vaccination details, the different dosages details, and based on the states, obviously. And we have the total number of cases in the second sheet with some mock-up GDP data also. Now I will join this data. Now there is a concept of joins in SQL. Tableau is not open source. Tableau is a paid software, but as a practice, they give you the free software also, but with some limitations. I think let me talk about that also, because looks like you guys don't know about it. So Tableau is a company which is now acquired by Salesforce, and it has various products. As I mentioned, for sharing the reports, there are products. For uh, creating the reports, we have products. For mobile, we have products. For data preparation, we have products. In this, we are using Tableau desktop. The professional edition will cost you $840 per user per year. Obviously, company gives that. So as I mentioned, I have my own startup, so I have my own licenses here, which I'm using for the clients. Second is Tableau Public, which you guys can very well use. It's a free software. You can Google around Tableau Public. You will find the first link, public.tableau.com/en. There you will get the link to download your Tableau Public software. Tableau Public software is a free software. There is no cost involved in it. And obviously, as it is free, you will have some limitations. So let's look for public Tableau. Here is the link, public.tableau.com. You can pass your email address here and you can download the app. And also you have to sign up here in this account. You have to create your account, because when you are creating the visuals in using Tableau Public, you cannot save in your machine. It will save in the public server, and for that you require the sign up. That's why if you are using the client's data, it's not recommended to use public, because public it can expose to the larger audiences, right? So we can go with this for the practice point of view. You can get almost every features of the visuals, but connectivity wise you will see limitations. For example, I want to connect to databases. I cannot do that. I can only connect to the file systems using public. I can maybe if I want to integrate R and Python, I cannot do that using public. Right. So these are some of the limitations which we have, which you will see in the public. But as a learning point of view, this tool is sufficient enough to understand how Tableau works. Right. So that you can go for. But as I mentioned, professional edition will be the cost, which will cost you $840 per year. Now here we have two tables. One is the vaccination status table, and second is the total cases table. And the common column which I see is the states/UTs, that is states/union territories. Now there is a concept of different types of joins in SQL or any data world. So here the different types of joins are, those guys not coming from the data warehousing world. There are four types of joins. One is the inner join. Second is the left outer join. Third is the right outer join. And fourth is the full outer join. Inner join is basically when we have two tables, common records will participate. Left outer join will be when we have two tables, all the records from the left table and the common records will participate. In the right outer join, all the records from the right table and the common records will participate. And in the full outer join, all the records from both the tables will participate. Let's try to understand this with one example. So basically, let's say this is my data. I'm taking a smaller data here. So this is my data set. We have two tables. One is the employee table and second is the department table. The common column which I have is department ID in both the tables. And I want to join on the department ID here. Now, when we are going with the inner join, common records will participate. That means 10 joins with 10, 10, this 20 joins with 20, this 20 joins with 20, this 20 joins with this 20, 30 joins with 30. That's it. These are the common records which we have. 40 will not participate. 6 and 7 also will not participate. Only common records will participate. Common records are 1, 10, 20, 30. So inner join will give me common records. Next is left outer join. Left outer join is basically nothing but all the records from the left table and matching records. Let's assume this is my left table and this is my right table. All the records from the left table and matching records from the right table. That means 40 will not gonna participate. For record number 6 and 7, there is no department associated. So my department name gonna be null. Same way, right outer join. All the records from the right table and matching records from the left table. 6, 7 will not participate. Against 40, my employee name, employee ID, salary will be nulls. And finally, full outer join. All the records from both the tables will participate. 6, 7 will also participate, 40 will also participate. Again, 6, 7, my department name will be null. And against 40, my employee ID, employee name, and salary will be null. Right? That is how it works. The common records and all the records from both the tables. So in this scenario here, in my data set, I have total 36 records. And you can see in my second table also, there are 36 records. So I have both the tables, same number of records and same number of states and union territories. So I'm okay to go with inner join here. So I will go to Tableau. I'll connect to my Excel file, which is present in the desktop. Corona current status. This is the current data which we have, right? This is the current status which I fetched out yesterday night only. So this is the current data we have dragging. I am dragging the total cases here. And now I am clicking on this drop down and dragging my vaccination status also. And you can see that Tableau is smart enough. It is joining on the common column, that is states and the states. The default type of join is inner. You can change the join inner, left, outer, whatever you are looking for. I'm going with inner join because inner join makes sense to me. And here is my sheet 1. Now here you can see that we have different states column coming in. We have the state column is there, active cases column is there, how many deaths happened, how many discharged, GDP losses, total number of cases, dosage 1, dosage 2, total vaccinated people, and vaccination dosage, this one, right? Day before, how many got vaccinated. Now what I want is I want to create one dashboard which will give me the idea that how things are going on. What I will do, I will focus more on how many active cases are there, how many deaths happened, what is my GDP loss, what are the total number of cases, discharge we can ignore them, total number of cases, and maybe total number of vaccination dosages. Maybe we can focus on these KPIs. Now, what we can do is we can go ahead and create a dashboard where, so we have to design a dashboard first of all in our mind, or maybe in a paper, how you want the dashboard to be. Or let's say we focus on all the KPIs. So that again purely depends on the business, how they want to go for. Let's say I am thinking to generate a dashboard which will have my numbers at the top. That means first number will be total number of cases. Second number will be maybe total number of active cases. Third number will be maybe total number of deaths. How many got discharged? What are the total number of vaccinated people? Dividing further into dosages 1, dosages 2. And then we have GDP loss. That big numbers will come here. Average GDP loss and all those details will come at the top. Here I will have one India map. In that India map, I will have maybe total number of cases in India. Right? So we'll have total number of cases in India. After that, maybe we can create some charts. As of now, if you see, the dimension is only one. We have only one dimension, that is the state. Maybe we can have a scatter plot, which is gonna help me understand that how many are. This is my total number of cases. I want to see how many are total cases and the deaths. Right? We want to see that by state level. How many people have, how many total cases were there and how many deaths happened by different states. That is one chart we can create. And maybe one chart on the, in this map only, I will give two options. One is to get total number of cases. Second is to get total GDP loss. If user will select total cases, it will show me total cases. If user will select GDP loss, it will show me GDP loss. So that is the dashboard which I am thinking to create. So above I'll have all the numbers and below we have two charts. So let's create that. So first of all, let's go with these numbers. I want to show these numbers in a like a horizontal way. So I will drag my measure names here and measure values. So basically I put all the measure name, measure value. So here you can see active counts. And the problem here is that you can see active counts and all. So here we have lot many dosages. So let me go ahead and create a tabular structure. I'm clicking here. You can see Tableau is giving me 24 different charts. I use the table here. And let me put my measure name on the top so that you will get a tabular structure out here. Here you can see we are getting different numbers. Screen is not screen what to do because it's a HD mode only. Why screen is looking blur, I am not sure. Let me unshare and let me share it again. Still coming as blur only. Showing now, okay. All right. So now here you can see that we have active, we have deaths, we have discharge, dose 1, dose 2, GDP loss, total cases, total vaccination doses, and day before yesterday. Let's say I'm not interested in day before yesterday. So let's remove that. I don't want this total number of count of the records. You can see this my total cases count. It's a field coming from Tableau, giving me the total number of records in my data set. So I don't want that also. So let's remove that also. The rest of the numbers I am okay with. Making it as an entire table, big table, and I want to place it in the middle. As of now, it's right aligned. I will right click, format, and alignment. I'll make it as middle. I put it in the middle. Maybe I want to show these numbers in the millions or something. So I can format the number again. So here we have, for example, let's say active cases. Format. I want to show in a number, but in a million or something, or maybe Ks. 113.58K. Same will do for these numbers also. Total number of deaths, number, K, discharge, format, number, K, dosage 1, format, number, K, dosage 2. So I'm making in the thousands. Format, number, K. GDP loss, I have to actually take the average because it's not sum. So let's take the average of GDP loss. So here you can take the average. 47 is like 47%. So it's a percent. So let's go ahead and make it as percent. Format, percent, and let's make it number 46.83. Then we have next number, which is format, and same with the next number, total vaccinated. Also, I will do the formatting on my measure values. Basically, I want to make it bold. So rather than you doing this all together one by one, you can go to the measure value and you can change your value from here also directly. I am making it as bold. You can see all will become bold and black. So this is my numbers which I have, which I am interested in at the top. If you guys remember, we created this. So these are the numbers we already got. I'll create a dashboard. So this is the option we have in the dashboard. So this is the button which you have to click to generate the new dashboard. This is the option. So I'm going to the dashboard, giving the dashboard title. So here, when you click, you will get the dashboard title. In this dashboard title, just double click on this and write Corona status in India. I can give a small text also here. This dashboard is showing the current status of Indian states about Corona. I'm giving a small text here so that anyone can understand that what's going on, reducing the font size. Also, I'll go ahead and drag this sheet number 1, which is at the top here, and I'll hide the sheet title, and drag one horizontal container so that I can just reduce this a bit. You can see the hashes are coming in because the text is quite big. So maybe I can increase the width of my dashboard. So let's increase the width a bit. So you can see that I have increases the width of the dashboard. And you see here the total vaccination. I can edit this. Total vaccination dosages. It's a big text. So maybe we can give total vaccination so that the entire text will come here. All are capital. So I'll make this also as capital. It's more of a formatting now. So here we have edit alias, average GDP loss percentage. Also, I want to align the things. I want total cases first, then active, then deaths, then discharge, then total vaccination, then dosage 1, then dosage 2, then total GDP loss. So I'll go back to my sheet 1 and here I'll align the things. So I want total cases above. So I can just drag it at the top. So total cases coming first. Active cases are fine, then deaths, discharge. Then I want total vaccination. Then dosage is 1, dosage is 2, and percentage GDP loss. So this is my final alignment of the texts which I have. So I got my number at the top, which I wanted. Now I will generate a map which will have two options, that is total number of cases and the GDP loss. So I will create one parameter here. So parameter is like a stand-alone object, which is helping me to basically generate more of a dynamic thing. Parameter is basically an option which make things more dynamic. Right. So what I am going to do is I'll go ahead and use the parameter here. And here I'm going to give two values. One is, let's give the parameter name, select KPI. KPI is key performance indicator. Here I am giving two options. One is total cases. Second, so here you can see you have to change your data type also to string so that I can pass total cases. Total cases is a string. Total cases. And next is to the average GDP loss. These are the two different charts which I want to create. Click OK. And show parameter. And clicking here, single value list, so that user can choose any of these. Okay. Now I will generate a map. So I will drag my I drag my UTs and the states in here. You can see automatically Tableau will generate a map, because this latitude and longitude comes by default when there is a geographic dimension in your dataset. So state is a geographic dimension. So Tableau understood that it's a geographic dimension. And here you can see we have different dots coming in. There is one unknown. Tableau is not able to understand one of the locations. I click on that, edit location, and you see there is a Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu. So let me do one thing. Let me pass Daman as the entry, because we have two locations and they have combined that. Either we have to ignore this record, or we can take one state, one union territory, and then we'll proceed with that. As of now, for simplicity's sake, I am taking any one of that, because they have combined the population and all the details of both the twos together. So actually I needed two records, one for Dadra and Nagar Haveli, second is for Daman and Diu. But what I am assuming as of now, let's make it Daman and Diu and click OK. So now that unknown has gone and you see one dot coming in here, which is considering it as Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu. Now I want what? I want total cases first of all. So here I am going to drag my total cases in the color. And here is the data we have. Now here you can see that we have more number of cases came in Maharashtra because it's more darker, and other states we have Kerala is also having bit higher uh, total cases and so on. Let's say I want to add one more thing here with total number of cases. Let's say total number of active cases also. That is fine that we have these are the total cases, but what is the current status? Let me show you, show me the current active cases also. Or maybe if you want death, you can go with death also. I want to go with some positive thing that only active cases which are less. So let's go with that. Let's ignore deaths for now. So in the same chart, I want to show the active cases also. And I want this active cases to be smaller. So I want a positive thing that active cases are smaller, things are good. So I will drag one more latitude next to latitude. So you can see there are two India maps. In this other India, so once you put your latitude next to latitude, you will get two latitudes here. One is all means both. This latitude is the property of the above chart, and this latitude is the property of the below chart. In the above chart, I wanted the total cases. In the below chart, what I want is I want the active cases. I am putting my active cases in the size. Bigger the size, more the cases. You can see in here in Kerala, actually there are more number of cases. In rest of the states, the counts are less. Let me increase the size here so that the circle will be a bit bigger. And there is a concept of dual axis. I want to put this map on top of that map. So I will click on this drop down, and here there is an option of dual axis. You can see here we have the circle also coming in. Now in place of this circle, I want to give a corona sign. So I already downloaded the corona icon. So once you download Tableau in your machine, what happens is that in my documents, there is a folder gets created, my Tableau repository. In my Tableau repository, there is a shapes. In the shapes, there is a my shape folder which I have created. There I have put this coronavirus sign icon. This icon I want to go ahead and put it here. Like if the cases are more, the icon of corona will be bigger. Rest it's smaller. I want like this. So I'll go and click on this drop down because I want to do in the below chart, the active cases chart. I'll go to the shapes here. And in this shapes, I will call the corona sign. Clicking on the more shapes, my shapes, I will select this circle as corona and click OK. So you can see here we have the corona icon coming in. Let's increase the size here. And here we go. Bit of reduction. I'll give the color of the blues to different so that it will be more of contrast. Let's see which color can look good. Maybe something like a grayish type of color, maybe. Or maybe a bit of lighter color. So that contrast color we have to look at where it is look. Green color will look maybe better in maybe bluish shade, maybe. That you can choose, right? Which color? Let's go with gray only. Gray is okay. Okay, so this is what we have. Now here what I will do is I'll go ahead and remove all the rest of the countries. Pakistan, Afghanistan, China. I don't want all those countries. So I'll go here in the map. There is an option of map layers. I will wash out my map layer to 100%. So only India chart will come in. So this is my map and I will give some borders here so that it will look good. So let's give some borders. So we'll have the map in border. So it's very much clean coming in. And this is my sheet number 2, which is my total and active cases. And this chart is my KPIs. So this I want here in my chart. So I'm dragging it here. Rest all I just remove for now. This is my parameter which I am going to use. So this is my map which we have. Now let me undo this because I wanted to show you one more thing. So let me undo all these things. Let me create the other chart first of all, the GDP chart, right? So I'll create one more chart for GDP. Same, I'll go with a map and I'll use the GDP in the color. And I'm just going and choosing some random grayish color again with the borders. This is showing me the GDP change, right? How much GDP drop happened. Now I will go ahead and put this in the map. So let's create the dashboard again. So here is the dashboard. Now there is a concept of containers in Tableau. So if you go in the layout, first of all, let me drag this total cases here in this container, like in this chart. And if I go to the layout, there is this container option. Your active cases is present in this horizontal container. This chart is present in this horizontal container. Let me remove all these other stuffs. I want this to be here. Or maybe I can undo this. I can put it here somewhere at the top. That placement we can do anywhere. And what I want is the other chart which I have, the map chart. I want in the same container. I want this total active count is in this container. I want my other chart also in the same container. So I'll put it in same container here. How will I know that it's in same container? We'll go to the layout again. You can see that your total active and GDP both are in same horizontal container. Now I will hide my title here. And I go back to my this thing. Parameter, because as of now parameter is created, but parameter is not having some logic. Parameter is a standalone object. So I'll create one calculated field and write show hide. I'll say if my select KPI is equal to total cases, then 1 else 0 end. So basically what I'm saying, if I'm selecting total cases, it should show me 1 else 0. I'll put this to show hide in the filter. Obviously 1 will come in. So click OK. And when I go here, drag my, so let me call the KPI again. Here is the KPI, the parameter. You see this chart has gone because when I'm selecting average GDP loss, this chart has gone. Because the logic I have written like this. The logic which I have written is, if you are selecting total cases, then 1 else 0. And I am applying the filter on 1. Here you can see the filter which you applied is on 1. So if 1 will be there, then only the chart will come. Same way here also, I'll drag it. It will give me 0 because my average GDP loss is selected. So 0. So when I select total cases, this chart will go off. This chart will come in. When I select average GDP, this chart will go off. That chart will come in. Let me remove other countries. So map layer, wash out. And now here you can see the magic. When you are clicking total cases map coming in. When I'm clicking average GDP map is coming in. So I'm saving a lot of space here. Right? I'm saving a lot of space here. That is my dashboard. Now I will create one more chart because we wanted to create one scatter plot also, which is gonna have the total cases and the maybe deaths. So total cases, deaths, and the states. So this state is having highest death and highest total cases. That is Maharashtra, that we are aware of. So here we are changing the shapes, increasing the size. Maybe I can put Corona only. So Corona icon. Here we go. And maybe I can put my total deaths in the size. Bigger the Corona icon, more the death happened. And then this is my comparison. Let's put this also here. Let me put one more container, horizontal, and put this here and adjust the things here. It's a bit of tricky because as of now things are fine, but when I drag this one extra container, right, you have to very much sure that container is present in this correct location. It should not be like it's, because that will cause a lot of issues in the layout of the dashboard. If you see, this is my container. If I see the layout, this horizontal container present inside it. I don't want inside it. I want outside. Anyways, let's make it here. Let's put it here. That placement is very important. So you can see here I'm taking care of that. Okay, so this is my chart, which is the comparison. Let's hide this. Now what I want is when I go ahead and click on any of the states, you can get the container from here, horizontal and vertical. Now what I want is when I click on any of the states, these numbers should change and show me those numbers detail only, like those states details only. So I will make this particular chart as a filter. So click on that and there is an option of use as filter. And now let's say I'm clicking on Maharashtra. You can see my above number changed and showing me the Maharashtra. This scatter plot also changed, only showing me the Maharashtra dot. When I change to, let's say, Uttar Pradesh, you can see the above numbers are changing. So whatever state you will choose, your numbers are changing now. It's showing me that state's number only. Right? So that is my interactivity which I am doing. So basically it's a more of an interactive dashboard which we have created. So this is what I wanted to create, right? And we got a nice information here, how things are. Let's say I'm in Haryana as of now, Gurgaon. So how the status in Haryana? My GDP loss is 27%, total doses is this much happened, total vaccinated this much, current active cases is around 14,000, total deaths this much, and so on. So we got the relevant numbers here. Right? When we press escape, the filter will go off. So that is how we can create a dashboard and actually make it more interactive. Right? So this is what I wanted to cover. I hope this makes sense to all of you. Again, basically this is Tableau is a very big subject. We have only 1 hour. That's why I can cover this much. If you guys are interested to know more about our program, so you can use this link. You can fill up the details. I'll ping you the link again. Here is the link without dot, and you can use this. You can fill up the details, and we have the master's program on the data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and business intelligence using Tableau. So if you are interested, you can explore that. We'll have a session on that, explaining what all things we are covering in detail and how our learners got benefited from that particular programs which we are offering. So yeah, this is what I have. I hope you learned something new in this 1 hour of session. Take care, all the best, and stay safe, and we'll see you next time.